No problem. 30 seconds, Sean. We welcome you back to Greenbrier, Arkansas. It is game 2 of this 5A West doubleheader, and the Bulldogs of Greenwood are backs against the wall here in Panther Stadium. Tim Terry, Keith Holt, glad to have you aboard here on the Sports Hog 103.5 and live over on YouTube at Greenwood Sports Center. Appreciate Sean Holland, Joey Buffkin bringing you the pictures tonight. Keith Holt joining me.
Hey, glad to be
Former
here.
Bulldog great and Tech Wonder Boy. Great.
Thank you. You know, you and I have talked about this. This game has got a feel where when you look at the dugout, you talk to a couple of the seniors, a couple of the players.
Yeah.
It's either going to be really good or really flat. Like right now, there's a very. It's like the boxer just walked into the ring, and he's stone faced, and you don't know how to take him. Is he ready, or is he just going to kind of let the other boxer come to him? And I'm anxious to see it because the implications for this game will be felt for the next 2 weeks. You know, the other conferences, it'll determine who goes where and who plays what. And if Greenwood makes it, I'd hate for you to play a Bulldog in the state tournament.
That's exactly right, Keith. Obviously, we're the only game really that matters going. I guess Harrison and Siloam may have played tonight. That game, a couple of the teams down in the basement. So really no postseason implications on that one. This game here has massive implications. Obviously, Greenwood could have controlled their own destiny with a sweep here. Now they've got to have some help. If you win this game, you will be 9-5 in conference. So what that means is you own the tiebreaker on Van Buren, and you own the tiebreaker on Russellville. Russellville can't get there. They only have 2 losses. So the worst Russellville can do is 10-4. So they play Van Buren. If you get Russellville to sweep Van Buren, then you would leapfrog them and make the postseason. If you get Mountain Home to sweep Alma, then Mountain Home gets in play. I think the best case scenario for Greenwood right now would be a Van Buren getting swept and Alma and Mountain Home sweeping. I kind of think that's how it's going to play out. But we'll see. Obviously, who knows what's been going on in this conference. The games you thought were going to be this, that, and the other have turned out to be complete opposite of what we expected. And in particular, the team I'm looking at right now in their road grays never would have thought in a million years Mountain Home would have swept us, and never would have thought in a million years we would have split with Alma.
No, and you know, Russellville's earned it. They've played well.
Yes.
But, you know, when you look at the end of last year and you're talking about the next year, you never know who's going to move in. I talked to a Russellville guy today that said, you know, if they don't get their top 2 pitchers are move-ins.
Yep, right.
You don't get and they had an all-state pitcher that's not even seeing the mound because you get, you know, that could happen anywhere.
Yep, true.
Unfortunately, right now it happens more on the east side of the state to where the move-ins and the NIL money is rampant over there. But here we go. We see Holt up. I'll let you call it.
Here's Ty Holt leading off game number 2 here. 6:50 first pitch, and it's a called strike. 78 degrees at first pitch. Winds blowing 5 miles an hour, gusting up to about 11 out of the south-southeast, which is straight in from left field. The lights are on here. Lots of sunshine. Strike 2 called to the Greenwood catcher, Ty Holt.
You're seeing a different zone this game. I mean, they got used to one game after one zone after 7 innings, and now you're seeing a completely different zone.
This is Kane Griffin on the bump. That one's upstairs to Holt 1 and 2.
Not overpowering, just an odd angle. You know, coming from right-handed batter is going to be coming from your shoulder.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the Greenwood catcher. Jovial dugout. Coach Brewer's got the boys saying it's now or never, boys. And Holt fouls this one back into the netting. So still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holt, Skaggs, and Carnes here in the first. Pettigrew, Cole, Mitchell. Zitzman, Bircher, Holland, the DH in the 9-hole. Vincey's playing short, not in the lineup. Here's the 1-2. Way upstairs, a good eye from the freshman Ty Holt. 2 and 2 now. Kane Griffin. You know, the whole team was on senior night for Greenbrier. All players that played are seniors. It's impressive. And Holt staying alive, fouling off pitches. This will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat.
Hit that off the handle, got inside on him, but that's what you're supposed to do, so that's good.
Ty digs in, back in the box. Griffin behind the mitt, kicks and fires. That one's in the turf, and Holtz ran the count full, dug out of an 0-2 hole. 8th pitch of the at-bat, leading off here, top of the first. Let's see what Ty Holt can do. Kane Griffin kicks and fires for Greenbrier. And it's inside. What an at-bat from Ty Holt to lead off this ball game, Keith.
Well, and here's what was the most important part about the first few pitches. Even though they were strikes, they weren't strikes the last game. It allows everybody here on deck. Skaggs is going up there now with a lot more information than Ty did. He's like, okay, this is a different zone, and it's expanded just a little bit, so now he can go up and be a little bit more aggressive. It also shows you that the pitcher is going to kind of be all over the place, that if you do get one, you better make the most of it.
Trevor Shelton comes into courtesy run for Holt. You're exactly right, Keith. Here's Skaggs now, Greenwood's left fielder. Holt came over and gave Carnes some information as well about the pitcher. And now from the stretch, we see Kane Griffin go to work. Flag is his battery mate behind the dish. Here it comes. Swing and a miss from Skaggs. Lead-off walk. Griffin is their pitcher from the stretch. As I said, the lights are on here. Still lots of daylight. No clouds in the sky whatsoever now.
The turf has a glistening, as we see a bunt popped back behind the catcher, but it's imagine dew on the ground, except it's not dew. It's just the shiny turf that with that sun, it's almost blinding. It's like we're looking at a solar system on the ground. Does that make sense?
Like a starry night.
It's like a starry night, except it's on the ground.
I see exactly what you're saying. I sure love artificial surfaces. Here's the 0-2. I hate them. Skaggs digs into the fake dirt. Here it comes. Oh, wow. Pitch at the knees. Called third strike.
Well, give that one to Flag. Flag should get that one because he caught that one low and framed it very well.
That's tough. Again, you got to adjust first time through here with a new home plate blue. So here's Grant Carnes now, Greenwood's third baseman.
It makes you wonder if he's going to pay. Last game he didn't pay a whole lot of attention.
That one's a chopper off the mound comes Griffin. And one pitch in the out. 1-3 on the put out. There's 2 down. Moving up is Shelton to second base. Greenwood's got a man in scoring position. Let's see.
Left a lot of people on base. I feel like there was a plethora of base runners left on base.
Hefe, do you know what a plethora is?
Plethora?
There was 11. Here's Pettigrew. He's pitching here in game 2. First pitch swinging. This one's in the air to center. Shelton's going to run home on 2 outs, but the catch is made out in center field. Well, Petty gave it a ride. The Bulldogs leave 1 man on base. No hits, no runs, no errors. Half inning in the books. And Greenbrier coming to bat here on senior night. 5A West doubleheader. Greenwood and Greenbrier. We'll take a quick break on the Sports Hog 103.5. 1 minute, please. Gage.
There's Allie. There's my wife right there.
Yeah, she's pretty.
I think. Is it? I don't know. Look like her. PFPs.
Mm-hmm. All right. You can talk to the umpire.
Yeah. The other one asked him, said, hey, I don't mean...
We're back here in Greenbrier. Almost swallowed a sunflower seed.
We were talking about the umpire talking to Todd. He's he hates it. The other umpire said, hey, you wouldn't by chance be Peyton Holt's brother. And he goes, well, I am, but I'm working really hard on making it to where he's Ty Holt's brother.
That's right. 100%. Well, still, if he asks you for autograph, go ahead and give it to him.
Oh, yeah.
Never turn down an autograph. I've given one in my life. Some kid asked me for one back on a golf course once. Trying to qualify for the old Fort Smith that used to be the whatever.
Hard-scrabble?
Yeah, whatever that thing was.
Yes.
I was Monday qualified for that back in like 99, and a kid come out. I wish I knew who he was. Probably somebody that I know came out there on the course, and I gave him an autograph. Well, here's Greenbrier now with Pettigrew up on top for the Bulldogs. Carnes at third. Vinci back at short. Coles at second. Zitzman plays first base. And this is Andy James, their shortstop, leading off ball one. Pettigrew up on top, the right-hander. This one's lifted in the air to right. That's where Bircher's at. And he's drawn the bead and makes the catch.
I'm telling you, this is where I have respect for you. You're looking more directly. Like the sun is almost just right over the batter, and I can't see the ball. Like off, it looked like that was going to Pettigrew, and it ends up going all the way out to Bircher and right.
Bircher's in right, Mitchell's in center, and Skaggs out in left field. Here's Ty Ruby, first pitch swinging. This one's fouled off of Holt. And just kind of dribbles over here towards us. Strike one. Pettigrew works from the stretch exclusively up there. Off speed stayed upstairs, 1-1.
I just realized Ty is actually taller than the umpire.
Wow.
Watch him when he stands up.
That's upstairs. He certainly is. 2 balls and a strike. Pettigrew comes home with it, fouled into the netting.
And I'll say this, it's a lot. Yes, Pettigrew, a senior that hasn't been a big factor in conference games. He's pitched some in the midweek game, so to speak. And you're going to say, look, we're putting our season on your shoulders.
Huge moment.
And I don't think it's too big for Petty. Petty, I mean, you can't get to Petty mentally. I think he appreciates it. It's just it's hard for him to all of a sudden now he's got to get locked in and focused on what's in front of him.
Well, you just kind of hope sprinkling in that stuff through the midweek or through the season get you ready for this. Here's the 3-2, and he went. Yeah, he did. Strikeout. Thought umpire was not going to give it to him, but he certainly went around. There's 2 down.
Well, he kind of gave it away when he started walking to the dugout before.
Here's Paxton Flagg, their catcher. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Bulldogs had a leadoff walk and stranded him. Petty looking to go 1-2-3. Flagged in Carson Zachary on deck. First pitch swinging to Cole. He'll wait on it. Goblet over to first. Got him. 4-3 on the putout. And they go in order for Brady Pettigrew here in the bottom of the first inning. Today's game being brought to you in part by JH Automation Solutions, Craig Gigerich, State Farm Insurance, Ducks Body Shop, Freedom Roofing, MSG Waste, Shirley's Tax Services, Taylor Family Vision, Top Notch Roofing, Virtue Energy Services. No updates from Van Buren Mountain Home. Van Buren and Russellville will play tomorrow, and Mountain Home and Alma scheduled for tomorrow as well. Harrison and Siloam, the non-factor game, I believe, are playing tonight. I don't have updates from there. Coach B.J. Ross checking in, the basketball coach. Want to check in on the baseball boys, Bulldog family.
Of course, he heard that Ty was taller, and he's like, well, how tall is he? We need some big guys.
Well, Coach, the home plate blue is about 5'4".
He's definitely taller than him. Not quite yet your power forward.
Right. Tim Terry, Keith Hoke, glad to have you aboard here. This is the final game of the conference season for the Bulldogs and the Panthers. Greenwood needing to win here. Are not totally dead in the water if they lose, but it certainly would look bleak. A win here helps your chances to get in the postseason tournament May 9th, 10th, and 11th at Harrison. I can tell you that Coach Hart's Lady Bulldogs are comfortably in, and I believe just needed one win tonight here in Greenbrier to get the 1 seed. I'm certain of that. I'll see if I can get you a softball update. And this is Jackson Cole. Foul one back. Kane Griffin back to work for Greenbrier. They're in their home whites. Breaking balls in there for a called strike. And the royal blue hat with a white G. Greenwood in their, look what would you call a Yankees outfit, all grays. Greenwood and navy blue on the front. Upstairs, kind of buzz Cole's tower. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Navy blue numerals trimmed in white. Here's a 1-2 to Jackson Cole, Greenwood's second baseman. Inside, 2-2. Cole, Mitchie, and Zitzman.
I was just watching. I'll tell you this in a second.
There's Cole off the pitcher's foot, and Jackson, can he beat the throw? He does.
Very nice.
That's an infield single. We'll take it.
They're just talking about Peyton Holt with Arkansas being like batting 400 with 2 outs, and he just hit one that went about 14 feet. Perfect swinging bunt for an RBI hit.
Oh, God.
And he's just over there smiling. He could have hit that thing 400, and it was the same smile.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Oh, or
an
the
RBI,
short one, yeah.
Right? In his case, the short one. Here's Austin Mitchell now. He's our center fielder. Cole's on with an infield single off the pitcher's foot, and he plunks him. Now we've got action here. Bulldogs in business here in the top of the second. Hit by pitch. And, I talked to Coach Brewer. We had base runners early with 1 or no outs a lot in game 1 and could not get runners home. Here's Zitzman now. Brewer had to come down and talk to him.
We just didn't get the big hit.
Right.
We hit the ball 2 people, and we hit it hard, but it seemed like when we needed it, it was just not there. It was MIA.
Well, we missed some signs, too, Keith. Coach Brewer told me we missed some signs, and it was frustrating. Zitzman showing bunt, pulls back. That ball's in the dirt, the fake dirt. All artificial surface here at Greenbrier. 320 down the lines both ways, 335 in the power rallies, and 380 to dead center.
Artificial fences as well.
Griffin squares the bunts down for Zitzman. Nice bunt to third, and the throw is too high. Pulls the first baseman, and the bases are loaded for the Bulldogs here. Fantastic work. And reaching on the air is Zitzman, but they're loaded for Austin Bircher.
I think he beats that.
You
Do you
think
not think he beats that?
I think the throw just pulled him off the bag.
You think so?
Yeah.
Man, it was close.
They're calling it a hit here, Keith, so guess what? We're going to call it a hit here in Greenwood.
It was a great bunt. Like, you couldn't have bunted it any better. You made the third baseman come and get it. I mean, it was just perfect.
Why was he back so far? You're just playing on
because with run, if he charges in, it's too easy to steal third.
I guess. The first pitch swinging, and this one's deep to center. It's caught. The tag is clean. Cole is on his horse, and it'll be a sac fly for Austin Bircher. The Bulldogs showing signs of life here early in game number 2 as Cole comes across and his single pays off. We talk about the leadoff guy getting on. Normally, that helps, except for the last game.
Yeah.
Here's Scotty Holland now. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and Holland DHing. Had a fantastic at-bat. He pinch hit and was hit by a pitch and got an RBI in game 1, and that showed Coach Brewer all he needed to know.
Well, if you're Coach Brewer, you want your guys to be against the wall. You want to see how they react. Are they going to let you hold them there by the throat, or are they going to fight off the wall?
Now, here's what else we've seen, Keith. We've seen Greenwood jump on teams early and then just kind of go into lull mode and trying to not lose. Let's see if you can keep the gas down here. And looking for a nice inning here in the top of the second. 1-0 Bulldogs up. Scott Holland in the DH spot. And here is the pitch from Griffin. Holland first pitch swinging, slicing out of bounds. Foul territory, out of play. Actually hit the light pole and came back in. That's impressive. Went Roy Hobbs on it.
Yeah.
Usually you can hang on to the wave or on deck circles in the Keystone Cops kind of a mode, trying to get the weight donut off of the bat.
That weight needs to be fired.
0-1 to Holland. And Kane Griffin up on top from the stretch for Greenbrier. Brings one in. It's a called strike to Holland. He's in a 0-2 hole. Holt out on deck with 1 out here. Runners at first and second. Greenwood will run across already. Cole came in on Bircher's sac fly.
And Greenbrier, looking at their scores, they've kind of done what Greenwood's done, to where they feel really comfortable with the first pitcher, and they do well, low-scoring games, and then anything goes the second game.
Yep. And Holland stays alive. Just got a piece of that one. Fouled it back. Holland in the 9-hole.
Need another big hit, RBI here. Get away with 2. You can't have one out. I mean, we got to move something here. Another big hit.
Yes. Here it comes from Griffin. And swing and a miss. And Holland goes down. But some damage was done. Wait a minute. I guess it's just out number 2. My bad. I'm not going to put the dirt on the grave yet.
You were shoveling. You were shoveling the dirt.
Here's Ty Holt. Walk to start this thing off in the top of the first. His courtesy runner was left out at second.
I hope you can see, because right now that sun
got it, baby. I got it. This is Kane Griffin up on top for Greenbrier, and he comes home with it. First pitch swinging straight up and out of play.
Can't miss fastballs. I mean, we get pitchers in high school that like to pitch backwards. You get a fastball and foul it off. Now you're going to kind of adjust your approach.
Here's the 0-1 to Ty Holt. There's your off speed inside. Good eye, 1-1. It's close. Runners at first and second for Greenwood. A hit by pitch Mitchell and a single for Zitzman, bunt single. He's over at first base. And this one's in the air from Holt.
Come on.
And trying to climb the fence over there was Carson Zachary to no avail. And Ty Holt's in a 1-2 hole. He's in an 0-2 hole to start this ball game and worked it back to a walk. Let's see if he can battle here, the freshman catcher for the Bulldogs.
He doesn't chase a lot, and you'd have to fool him pretty good with a guy that's not overpowering for an umpire to ring him up. But he's got to attack balls out in front of the plate. He's trying to – I see what he's trying to do is his approach is trying to be right side, but he's just too late.
Here's the 1-2 to Ty Holt. And strike at the knees. Well, that's tough. That's on the lower half. A little bit too close for comfort to be taken. Bulldogs got a run in, though, boys. They did leave 2 on base. There was 1-2 hits. We will wander on to the bottom of the second inning. Greenwood leading 1-0 here. Pettigrew with a little run support and a lead here going to the bottom of the second inning. Let's just stay right here. I tell you what, Keith, we'll talk about our Dugout Club sponsors, and I want to thank them as well. Anchored Hope, Ben Sanitized, Boondocks, Farmers Bank, Greenwood Express Lube, Liberty Roofing, Oak Bauer Pest Services, West Stark Plumbing, and Ronnie Terry Roofing and Contractors. Appreciate all of our sponsors down the line here this season. And hopefully the Bulldogs can hang on, and we'll give you a chance for some more airtime in Harrison for the state tournament. We will be going up there for softball. The ladies have qualified. So, worst case scenario, if you'd like to do a little extra advertising, I'm sure the softball folks would love you. The girls won game 1 12-6, so they will win the conference championship. And they're up 1-0 going to the bottom of the first. So the Lady Bulldogs have won the 5A West in softball. A perfect record so far, 11-0, and they have the nightcap here going here at Greenbrier over beyond the trees towards the high school. Pettigrew up on top, and he is ready for these Panthers. It'll be Carson Zachary, Caden Brooks, Landon Knowlton, 4, 5, and 6 for the Panthers. He's their first baseman, Zachary is. Carnes over to give Pettigrew a little late warm up. First one's a called strike. A little pep talk. And Carson looks a strike.
20 more minutes, that sun will be over behind those trees.
Right. Ball 1. 1-1 now to Zachary, their first baseman. Swing and a miss. Would have been strike 3. It's tough. 2-1, or 1-2 now. Pettigrew dealing the senior up on top. Kind of looks comfortable up there, Keith. This ball's in the air. And Coles found it. just onto the fake grass. Oof. Made it a little bit of adventurous, but we'll take it. That's a pop out to the second baseman for out number 1. And now Caden Brooks, their third baseman. Right-handed bat. Lights are on here. Panther Field, artificial surface all the way around here. Pettigrew up on top, swinging a miss at some off-speed stuff.
Good off-speed.
Pettigrew looks super comfortable. We kind of mentioned it getting thrown in the fire here. We haven't seen him in conference action at starting.
Well, that's his demeanor, though. Yeah. It's just, he don't mind at all to be in those situations.
Steps off the rubber. Now gets back up on top. He's getting settled in. He likes the signal he got from Ty Holt. Here it comes, the 0-1. Got him with a breaking pitch. Carnes backs up, waits on it. We'll see what he's got in the tank, and he's got a rocket over there from third base. Oh, baby, Grant Carnes, 5-3 on the putout. Love how he played that, Keith. No time to charge and get it between hops, waited, and then kind of got him behind it and loaded up and sent a rocket across the diamond.
He loaded as he's getting the ball, so he didn't have to take that extra step, and with strong arm, made it look easy.
Here's Landon Knowlton. He looks at strike one as Pettigrew settling in here in the nightcap. Bulldogs up 1-0, bottom second. Upstairs, 1-1. 2 down here for Greenwood. Like to see Pettigrew go another 1-2-3 here. Here it is. That one's fouled into the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pettigrew up on top. He has the sign. Oh, shakes off Holt once. Now he's ready for him. And here comes the 1-2. This one's in the air. Mitchie has drawn the bead out in center. Absolutely, baby. Another 1-2-3 inning for Brady Pettigrew, the senior. Just magical so far here. Our back's against the wall, and you climb on Pettigrew's back. We've played 2 innings of baseball here in the nightcap. Greenwood 1, Greenbrier 0. We will take a timeout on the Sports Hog 103.5. 30 seconds. Uh-oh.
Chambers is he's got the only hit so far. He was the one that played at Crowder that they fought over with Tennessee and Vitello, and then he ended up going to Missouri State.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember his name. That's good. Let's go, boy. We're back here in Greenbrier. Skaggs, Carnes, Pettigrew, ready to go here in the top of the third. Bulldogs leading 1-0. Keith, you heard Coach Brewer as they came in off the field, play with the lead. That means all gas, no brakes. Let's go.
Yeah, and be aggressive still. You don't set back on your heels and let things happen. And, I think he kind of got on to Ty. I think Ty probably had an excuse, like that ball was down and away. But, we told him it's going to have to be off for the umpire to punch him. But if you know that you're in high school and these umpires are as inconsistent, you foul those pitches off or you don't miss the balls early.
First one to Skaggs, a called strike. Skaggs swinging a miss at an off-speed pitch. A couple of good ones there from Kane Griffin. Up on top for Greenbrier. He was in behind the glove. The right-handed hurler brings the 0-2 home to Skaggs. It's in the turf. 1-2. Skaggs, little dribbler, outside foul ground over here, third base side. Here's the 1-2 from Kane Griffin. Way upstairs, that one got away and he had a duck under it, 2-2. Here's the 2-2.
Oh, gosh.
A late call, but a backwards K.
That's just the expanded zone, too. I mean, we saw you had to throw it into a cup the last game, and then this zone is just – and, again, I'm not saying they're not strikes, but it's just you're going to have to adjust.
That's the second backwards K for Skaggs, both of them on questionable stuff. Here's Carnes now. Grounded out to the pitcher. And the first one's inside to him, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. In there for a called strike. Greenwood's third baseman, Grant Carnes, rips this one to right. Right fielder on his horse, back, makes the catch, heading towards the warning track for out number 2. And Carnes gave that one a ride. Just
again, too close to the fielder for him to make the play. You know, another 8-10 feet either direction. It's probably a multiple base hit.
And here's Pettigrew. He gave the first pitch swinging a ride to center his last time up. Let's see what the Greenwood pitcher can help himself out. That's in the turf. Ball 1. Cole out on deck. If Pettigrew could extend the at-bat here in the top of the third, Bulldogs lead 1-0. Must win here in the nightcap. And Pettigrew fouls this one up out of play. The sun's setting out towards the first base dugout here. The shadows have grown long. It's almost down behind the tree line. Pettigrew lifts this one in the air to shallow center. And the center fielder comes in, makes the grab. And the Bulldogs go quietly here in the top of the third. 3 up, 3 down. 1-0 Greenwood, middle of the third inning.
And this game's going by quickly, and what you can't do is lose momentum because you may not get it back as quick as it's going. Just the energy from both schools are anxious. The anxiety of, Greenbrier did what they needed. They had to split. All they had to do was win one. So if you're Greenwood, you hope that maybe they'll relax a little bit, and say, hey, we don't have to press because we did what we're supposed to. And now Greenwood had just got to do what they're supposed to.
Looks like shenanigans over at the softball diamond, too. Had a runner called out at first. They got reversed by the umpire. We're down 3-1. Trying to toss my buddy Mike Passage out over there. It wouldn't be the first time I've seen it. 1-0 here. Greenwood, a split, would finish 9-5 in conference and should be good enough to get him in the postseason.
Petty looking good. You hope he can go deep, not pitching in these big games and going deep. And this being the second game after a 2-hour, 20-minute bus ride, that he's got enough gas to keep going.
Here's Caden Marcus, their right fielder. First one to him, swing and a miss. Petty's feeling it so far.
Well, the umpire is just tailored for him. The places he's missing are where the umpire loves it.
Right. Swing and a miss. You talked about how if he can go deep, Pettigrew's hasn't thrown very many pitches. I'll give you the number here in a minute. He's ahead 0-2 here to Caden Marcus. He steps out, adjusts the batting gloves, the left-handed bat. Right fielder. Shakes off Holt once. He likes that. Here's the 0-2 from Pettigrew. Just a little low, ball 1. This is pitch 22, I believe, Keith. It's in the turf, 2-2. So, Pettigrew went from 0-2 to 2-2. Let's see if he can bring a strike. He does. That ball's ripped to center. And Mitchell running in on it on the big Panther logo. Out number 1.
Good boy, Petty. That's a good. A lot of center fielders let that hit in front of them because they freeze for just a second because off the bat, it looked like it was hit well. And then he was immediately coming in off the bat. Again, senior doing an awesome job at reading the ball.
This is James Atchworth, their DH, a right-handed bat. And Pettigrew kicks and fires. This one's fouled off into the fence. Steve Rock 1. About 3 more minutes, Keith, and the sun will be gone.
Yes.
Breaking ball stayed upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's like eclipse mode right now. Just about half of it showing. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Bulldogs lead 1-0. That's in there for a called strike.
See, and their batters are doing the same thing. They're going off the old zone, and they haven't really adjusted to the new zone as well.
1-2. Fastball got him swinging. Pettigrew is dialed in right now so far. Here's their 9-hole batter, Miles Miller. He's their center fielder. A left-handed bat. Nope, right-handed bat. Beg your pardon. It's tricked me. He's up on the plate a bit. And Petty brings it home. Off speed's a little low. For ball 1. Pettigrew kicks and fires. This ball's hit to center. Mitchie up on it. No problem. Well, Pettigrew has gone through the order and faced the minimum here the first time through, Keith. 9 up, 9 down for Brady Pettigrew.
You don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it.
I mean,
he's doing great.
Yeah, he's doing well. I didn't say nothing about nothing.
All right.
1-0 Bulldogs into the third. Let's take a quick timeout here on the Sports Hog 103.5. 30. That's right, baby. Let's get it on. Come on, Jackson. Dadgummit. Let's get it on, baby. We are back here in Greenbrier. Top of the fourth, Cole, Mitchell, Zitzman. Cole singled and scored back in the second. Mitchie was hit by a pitch. And then Zitzman singled. We had bases loaded, no outs. Bircher sack fly. Then we had a strikeout.
You know, you and I have talked about this a lot when we talk about what Greenwood needs to do. If we're able to score more runs and keep them from scoring, we'll win this ball game.
That's exactly right.
I mean, that's what we need to do.
The more I've thought about that, Keith, you're 100% right.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
It turns out if you score more runs, you win every game.
Yes, sir.
Here's Jackson Cole 1 for 1 here in the nightcap. And that's Kane Griffin back to work for the Panthers, and he kicks and fires. All speed's in there for a called strike.
New pitcher? Is this
same guy.
Same guy?
Mm-hmm. Griffin kicks and fires.
There it is.
Swing and a miss.
I thought it was his arm slot was completely different. That was over the top, where we've been seeing him drop down that 3/4 to almost sidearm.
And here's the 0-2 to Cole. He'll have to battle. Fastball, backwards K. Well, that was 3 quick ones there.
Beach ball.
Yeah.
Beach ball size zone.
Yeah. Here's Austin Mitchell. He was hit by a pitch first time up. And here it comes. This one's laced to right, but at the right fielder.
Yes.
It's sliced right to him. First pitch swinging. There's 2 down now. Here's Sleepy Zitzman. He singled, bunted for a single.
This is where you see in college, they have a timeout. They call an offensive timeout. If you have 2 pretty quick, you don't want it to be so quick that they get momentum going in to hit. This is usually when you see, especially LSU Love. This is exactly when they would call timeout.
That's low, ball 1.
And what do they know? They only won it last year.
Won about 6 other times. Here's the 1-0 to Zitzman. That's low, 2-0. Was the bunt hit earlier?
The what?
Or was his the hit that pulled the guy off the bag? I can't remember.
No, he's the bunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's hit up and out of play for a strike. Because I had error written down at first when we changed it to a hit. I thought maybe it was one that pulled the first baseman up off the bag.
Well, he threw it, but I thought that he beat him there.
Yes, that's right. And they called it a hit on the board. You're right. There's a chopper up the box. Shortstop behind the second. Gets him. 6-3 on the putout. The Bulldogs go quickly there, still with a lead here in the middle of the 4th inning. Well, we'll head to the back nine here as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Playing 7 here in this game 2 of this doubleheader. Greenwood 1, Greenbrier 0. Quick break on the Sports Hog 103.5. 30.
Take 10.
Mm-hmm. Tim Terry, Keith Holt live in Greenbrier, Greenwood Bulldogs baseball. Game 2 of this 5A West doubleheader. I'd like to welcome all of our friends from Mountain Home and Van Buren and Alma and Russellville, who I'm sure are tuned in, wanting to see the outcome of tonight's game, kind of give everybody a little bit of a idea of what they need to do tomorrow. Obviously, everybody wants to win every game, but you certainly can get some breathing room if you can get these Bulldogs to lose here in this game 2. But I got news for you. These dogs come to play.
Well, and I forget that there's a lot of people tuned in watching, and the opinions of me. No, I just hope we hadn't said anything to offend anybody.
We usually do. Here comes the top of the order in Andy James.
I know this. If I have offended, then your son hasn't had a top 10 number 1 on Sports Center. So there's that.
First one's low. You certainly have a little bit of bragging rights. Fantastic play from the kid. Amazing. Amazing weekend. Except for the other 7 at-bats.
Yeah.
That one's upstairs.
That's what I told Peyton. Just so you'll know, I told Peyton. Luckily, he made that play to overshadow an otherwise pretty crappy weekend of hitting. So that was good.
I mean, the 2-run homer was nice, but that's in there for a called strike. It was certainly huge. But there were little things, Keith, and we talked about him cutting off that ball that got out there, held a runner from going first to third and what have you.
Baseball's about the little things, and if you can, there's a lot of, we see a ball fouled off to the right. The West Conference, 5A West Conference, has coaches that you see them focusing a lot on the little things, small ball, and it's good to see instead of just getting out and playing baseball. They're teaching these kids, so the ones that go to the next level know what to do.
That's exactly right.
We're lucky 5A West is competitive.
2-2 Pettigrew. This ball's towards Zitzman. Ah, nice backhand from Sleepy. He was wide awake over there, and the lefty beats him to the bag. 3 unassisted. Great play from Zitzman on the backhand on a line shot at him.
That sure was.
That's one of those balls, Keith, on the turf you see it could masse real hard off, and Zitzman played it well. Well, here's Ty Ruby. Struck out his first time up. 2 strikeouts for Pettigrew, and the first one's in there for a called strike here to Ruby.
Sun hidden now.
Mm-hmm. We're all shadows on the baseball diamond. Lights are aglow. This ball's up in the air and out of play. Back over the top. Strike 2.
Right in the middle of the road.
Yep, went right over us. I had a play on that ball, but I could have climbed the fence, I guess.
No.
I like the bunting. They got the bunting out here on the signs, on the gates coming up. It's good. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The what? The bunting?
Yeah, those red, white, and blue things.
Those are buntings?
Bunting.
I didn't know that.
Bunting, yeah. It's called bunting. Game day bunting. Usually on the 4th, opening day, you see it. That's in there for a called strike. Oh, nice off-speed stuff. Got him looking. Woo!
And we very rarely give Ty credit. Ty did a good job of making that ball about a ball and a half off look like it cut the corner in half, and give it to Petty for finding that spot as well.
Absolutely. Here's Paxton Flagg now. He's their catcher. And Pettigrew up on top. Brings the first one to him way upstairs. Ball 1. Change the eye level, we'll call it, what that one was all about. 1 ball strike, Pettigrew. First time he's been really behind, it seems like, this whole night. The count just upstairs, 2-0 now to their catcher, who grounded out to second base to end the first inning. Pettigrew likes what he sees. He's up on top. Works exclusively from the stretch, and this one's up in the air. Can Zitzman find it? He calls for it and makes the catch in foul ground. And the Bulldogs get him quickly here in the 4th inning. 1, 2, 3, 4 innings in the books. Greenwood 1, Greenbrier nothing. Up to bat for the Bulldogs will be Bircher, Holland, and Holt, 8, 9, and 1. Greenwood playing for their postseason lives. Really, the playoffs start tonight, guys, if you want to really get down to the brass tacks, Keith.
And it's got the playoff atmosphere. We talked about the first one, just tense and stuff, but it's just kind of flipped here with the – I'm telling you, Greenbrier's got they kind of relaxed. Because they know that they need a split, so they're good. And now all the pressure, it goes on to Greenwood's side now. So Greenbrier did what they had to do.
We'll see if the Bulldogs can take care of business themselves. And Bircher, a senior, leading off. Holland will bat second, the DH. These boys know what they've got to do. That's play with the lead. Let's see if they can get some runs added here. A little more comfort for Pettigrew, who is dialed in like nobody else. He is feeling it right now.
He looks good, too. He looks like he's been pitching in these conference games. I mean, when he misses, he doesn't miss by much. He looks relaxed. Again, the only thing that me and you would question is how long can we ride this Petty train? Because he just hasn't done it long, and it's tough. Senior comes in after not throwing a lot, and then you're gonna try to get 90 to 100 pitches out of him and finish this game.
I've got him at 42 pitches right now.
Oh, that's amazing. And that's through
4 innings.
Through 4.
Yeah.
That's through 4. That's good.
Here's Austin Bircher now. He had a sac fly, RBI back in the second. It got Cole home with the bases loaded. And Kane Griffin back to work for Greenbrier. And Birch digs into the fake dirt, and he's ready, the right-handed bat. Off-speed pitch is ripped, but it's in center field. The center fielder drifts over, no problem. Good wood on it. He just a little bit under it a bit, and out number 1.
Aggressive, too. Jumped on a good pitch and good barrel.
It's Miles Miller out there in center for them. Here's a Scotty Holland now, our DH. He'll bat from the right side. Struck out in that second inning with men on first and second. And Holland will dig in. Here it comes from Kane Griffin. This one's fouled, slicing out a play right side. Will he hit the light pole again? No, he missed it this time. Strike 1. We are in the top of the 5th. Greenwood leading 1-0. Must win to get in the postseason for all practical purposes. And the 0-1 to Scott Holland. In the 9-hole for Greenwood here in the 5th. That one bounced in the fake dirt about 3 feet in front of the plate. 1-1. Holland gets back in, crowds the plate a bit, towards the back of the box. Griffin kicks and fires. That's low. Good eye from Scotty Holland. Had a pinch hit by pitch RBI in game 1, our only run scored, and granted him the designated hitter's role here in game 2. This one's fouled, slicing out of play, and the count's even 2-2. Off the storage shed over there and right. 2-2. Kane Griffin, the right-handed pitcher up on top for Greenbrier. He kicks and fires. Holland swings and misses. Kind of had him fooled there. Not a good cut from Scotty, or from Scott. And here's Ty Holt now, Greenwood's catcher. 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out looking, didn't like it in the second. Thought it was low. He'll see what he can do this at-bat. He's up in the box and ready. Griffin kicks and fires for Greenbrier. Fastballs at the knees. That's the same one he struck out on pretty much. Strike 1 called there.
Shouldn't fool him then. You got to go up and look for that pitch. Good job with the pitcher throwing it right back, knowing he wouldn't swing at it the first time.
This one came inside, 1-1.
The stone's huge. It's basically like a BP zone to where you better, if it's over the plate where you can get a barrel on it, you better be swinging.
Here's a 1-1. That one's fouled out of play. Good cut from Holt that time. Just under it a bit. Fouled straight back. But he's in a 1-2 hole, and Greenwood down to their last strike here in the top of the 5th. Let's see if Holt can come through with 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's fouled back again. Battling. Gingrich logged more miles than anyone tonight, shagging foul balls.
Not a better guy in the league at it.
I love it. I think I saw Big Sis L.A. here in the bleachers earlier. Here it comes from Griffin. Off speed, Holt fouls off that one, just battling up there.
And that was high, but I'm okay with that with this zone we've seen. I mean, if it's over the plate where you can hit it, foul it off, or try to hit it hard and play somewhere.
And Keith, you've mentioned before, y'all have done drills just working on fouling off.
Just
pitches.
foul balls off.
Yep.
I mean, you got to get good at it, 'cause otherwise you put a ball in play you're not supposed to, and it's weak.
Here's the 1-2 to the Greenwood catcher, Ty Holt. 2 outs. That's low. Good eye. 2-2. He was in an 0-2 hole to start the ball game off and fought back for a walk. Let's see what he can do here on 2-2. Griffin kicks and fires. Low. Full count now to Ty Holt. Full count to the Greenwood catcher. And King Griffin up on top. He'll bring it home. And it's just reached out and tapped one foul. Good job there staying alive.
Good, yes.
Here it is, a 3-2. 2 outs here on top of the 5th. Dogs up 1-0. And Griffin brings it to Holt. He rips this one. Oh, what a great snag from their third baseman, Caden Brooks. Had to climb the ladder on a well-hit ball from Holt. And a line out to the third baseman. And exactly right on that Price is Right music or whatever that was.
Yeah, that was a good at-bat. I mean, he waited for something, got something he could drive, and hit a line drive. It's just a great catch by the third baseman's playing 3 inches to his left. That's a base hit.
Lady Bulldogs down 6-3 after 2 innings over in Game 2. They've already clinched the conference title. And trying to go for an undefeated conference season. Bulldogs trying to get in the postseason here. And, of course, we talked about it, Keith. I think we're not assured a spot even with this split, if I'm not mistaken. If you get a Mountain Home sweep and a Van Buren sweep or maybe even a split, if it goes to a 3-way tie, we're in a little bit of trouble with Mountain Home and Van Buren, even though we hold the tiebreaker over Van Buren head-to-head. I think we lose it.
But you want the fewest things to happen.
That's
and
right.
if you lose, there's a lot of things that have to happen to where if you split, just a couple things have to happen. So I like our chances better if we can win this game and split.
Right.
But, yeah, there's still a chance.
Right.
In certain things, and I wouldn't even begin because it's all out of your hands. Just go do it. You know it?
Right. That's right. And Pettigrew. Up on top for Greenwood as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Carson Zachary, Caden Brooks, Landon Knowlton. Zachary's at first base. Was the starting pitcher in Game 1, got the win. For Greenbrier, right-handed bat. Pettigrew back to work. This guy popped out to the second baseman, Cole, his first time up, and that one's low for ball 1. Petty up on top, works from the stretch, gets set. Just a little high, ball 2.
I guess.
Here's the 2-0. Grooved one. It's a mile high. Zitzman will have to do some work over in the first base coach's box. Atta baby, sleepy Zitzman. Zachary making the stab.
He looks comfortable out there.
He certainly does. This is, with Petty on this looks like oddly enough, a totally different team. Is that okay to say that right now?
It does. And
it's weird.
Excuse me. Greenbrier's kind of done what they've have to, so they're not. They seem like a little different team too. But Greenwood's kind of got their foot down to the gas, and it's even though they're not hitting the ball and having come up with a big hit, it looks like they're doing what they need to defensively, which was their Achilles heel last game.
Called strike there. So the 1-0 came in. And I'm going to tell you right now, Pettigrew's bowed his neck right here and said, by God, we're getting this thing done tonight. And he's pitching a dandy so far. 1-1 count. That one's fouled back out of play. He's ahead now 1-2. And that's the deal. He stayed ahead of batters pretty much exclusively. Fell behind 2-0 to flag in the last inning, but he got him to pop out to Zitzman over there. Here's the 1-2. This one's laced out to center. Mitchell's going to have to work. You betcha. Austin Mitchell. Oh, baby. I said it earlier in game 1, 2/3 of the earth covered by water. The other third, Austin Mitchell.
Well, if he doesn't take the right angle, that's down. It's just the way he reads it you're just not going to be able to replace that right off the bat. You're going to have to train somebody, and you hope that they can get 90% of what he has.
Here's Landon Knowlton. First one to him's upstairs, ball 1. He flied out to center his last time up. Greenwood leading 1-0 here, bottom 5. Pettigrew kicks and fires. That one's up in his head and goes back to the fence. Coach Brewer on his horse to flag down the loose ball. Holt couldn't get it. A little high and tight. 2-0 now to Knowlton. Pettigrew brings it home. This ball's lifted in play. Mitchell draws a bead on the logo of the Greenbrier Panthers, and Pettigrew has done it again as he goes 3 up, 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitch inning, Keith.
So 50 pitches through 5.
Pitches.
I don't know. I'm not very good at math, but that's like 10 pitches an inning.
Oh, baby. 5 innings in the books. Greenwood leading 1-0. Need some runs here. Need a couple of insurance runs here, top 6, so I don't have to bite my fingernails as much as I am right now. Skaggs, Carnes, Pettigrew. When we go to the 6th inning, quick break on the Sports Hog 103.5. $30.
Tony, I know you're listening or watching. I love you. I wish I could say the things me and you talk about, but I obviously can't.
Oh, Sanford?
Yeah, Sanford.
Oh, yeah, I've got some of those texts before.
Wish you were here.
We are back in Faulkner County, Greenbrier, Arkansas, the safest city in Arkansas.
Is it really?
Well, and Greenwood's a close second, seems like every year. I haven't seen the latest results, but I know we came in second to them quite a few years in a row.
The Greenbrier and Greenwood throw criminals off because they think it's an all-green community to where it's
a lot of alien activity, maybe, green people?
No, like just
or like
nerds
electric cars and nerds?
Yeah, electric cars and
true.
nerds, you know.
That's true.
So you keep people away from those cities. I mean, Greensboro, North Carolina, a very safe city. I mean, green just confuses people. I didn't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
Studies show.
Right, and plunk right off the bat, and Skaggs will take his base. And the Bulldogs have a leadoff man on.
And that's kind of frowned upon. You strike a guy out twice and then hit him his next at bat. You kind of frown. It's like when Peyton Holt got hit, 0-2 count, and you hit him. It's like, I'll take that. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Grant Carnes now. Bulldogs leading 1-0.
Do you bunt him here? Do you drag bunt him and try to get him in position?
We'll see what
he's barreled up a couple.
He has. And reached out and just tapped that one foul back to the screen. Strike 1 to Carnes.
You got to think he's not going to hit into a double play because he already hit into his one double play he hits in a season, the last inning. So
the last game, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
last game.
Carnes grounded out to the pitcher. There's one into left field. We go, station to station. And the Bulldogs have 2 on, nobody out. We got action here in the top of the 6th. And looky here who's up to bat. Brady Pettigrew.
It's his day. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit better.
Pettigrew pitching here in game 2 has been magnificent. We've got first and second, nobody out. Coach Brewer runs through the signs over at third base. Not many things better on earth than a third base coach going through the signs. All this electronic stuff just drives me nuts, about like the artificial surface. Here's Pettigrew now. That's Kane Griffin up on top. He comes home with it. Pettigrew swinging away, fouls this one back. Strike 1.
I still think earlier that runner was out of the runner's lane.
100%.
That'll be the first thing I watch when I replay it. Is I just want to see that he was running down the inside of the base path.
You take that play, you take the botched tag play over at third, and make the first game's something different. Griffin comes home with it. That bounced in. Good job of flag to block that one back there. He's a wall. This guy's a good player behind the dish. We've had 2 good catchers tonight.
He is, and the turf makes it hard to read the down angle because you're going to get such a true bounce.
Right.
And, if you're on dirt, you don't always get that true bounce.
That's right. Here's the 1-1. Kane Griffin brings it for Greenbrier. Petty hits this one in the air to left, right at the left fielder, though. 2 steps back, makes the catch, and no tag. They'll bring it back in, out number 1.
Send it for a ride.
Here comes Jackson Cole. Cole singled, struck out, scored a run in the second. A leadoff single. First and second still for Greenwood here. One out. And Kane Griffin up on top for Greenbrier. Cole looks at one outside and low, ball 1. Austin Mitchell out on deck. He's ready to get up there and give another shot. He was plunked earlier. He was trying to send a missile right back up the box, maybe. Here's the 1-0 to Cole, though. Swing and a miss.
Well, how many times you see the defense, you make 1 or 2 defensive plays. He made all 3 outs that inning, didn't he?
No, the first one was a pop out to Zitzman.
That's right.
But he's caught 5 out there in this game. That's inside. 2-1 to Cole. 1 out. Hitters count for Jackson Cole, the Greenwood second baseman. He's a junior, back of the box. Griffin checks the runners, comes home. And that one, good job of flag to keep that one at bay, or that was heading to the backstop. 3-1 now to Jackson Cole. You hear Mitchie in the on-deck circle. Be right for you, he says. That's exactly right. Stay aggressive. Yes, yes, all the way. Inside, he walked him. Bases full of doggies. And here comes the senior Austin Mitchell, who's been spectacular in center field here in Game 2. Had 2 hits in Game 1 earlier in a Greenwood loss. He's been plunked and flied out to right. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the 6th. Greenwood's got to get an insurance run as the infield comes in for Greenbrier. Mitchell inside, the first one to him.
Well, if I'm him, I sit right here on this pitch. He's struggling. He's going to let up just a little bit.
Try to guide one across for a strike.
I know you're like, well, he's already walked one. Let's take another walk. I don't want to walk. I want to double.
Yep, green light.
Nope.
Low.
He was ready, though. I think he was ready. Yes, sit there. Don't miss it.
See how long Coach Milam stays with this guy. 2-0 count.
One more pitch for sure.
Bases loaded. Here it comes. And in there for a called strike. They try to throw down. He's safe. He was close. Cole caught sleeping just a bit. He was almost out. It was dang close. I think 2-1.
Well, there's nobody to really get an eye on that, whether the glove beat him there or not, because the guy at second base is down here, and this guy he's too far away.
That one bounces in, and Mitchell's got a 3-1 count, no place to put him. Got to come with a striker. It's a run. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Whew. Yeah, I was going to say a 3-man officiating crew, and Cole's probably out over there on that one, to be honest with you. Called strike. And here we go. Full count now with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Kane Griffin trying to get out of this jam for Greenbrier. Here it is. Mitchell laces one right to the third baseman. He eats him alive, and he's saved. He got in there, saved, no play. He tried to dive in, and what an awesome slide around the tag from Grant Carnes. The Bulldogs score. Skaggs comes in, and Mitchell's safe at first, reaching on, I'm assuming we'll call it an error, huh?
Fielder's choice with it, yeah, error. I mean, he smoked it, but all the guy had to do was recover and try to throw it to first, and when he turned around to try to get Carnes, it was just over.
Well, he was wanting to come home with it, and it just ate him alive. He was trying to throw home before he fielded it. So I can't believe it if they did. But that ball was right in his breadbasket. We have 1, 2, 3 hits so far. That'll probably go down as an error. We'll see how they score it. But the runs across, regardless, it's 2-0 Bulldogs. And there's a meeting on the mound for Greenbrier. Are they going to bring this Zachary guy back in, this Game 1 starter?
No, he was at 105 pitches.
Oh, okay. They were just asking, I think, if the tag was clean. And again, we talked about the pick off of Cole at first. A 3-man crew would have made that easier to know that he was safe. And so they've put the meeting out, and they have scored an error now, so we'll put that down.
Well, to me, the umpire has to follow the ball. He's staying too far away to where even if he makes that tag, he's in no really position to see that.
Right.
It was such a good job of Carnes of getting around him and anticipate. First of all, he had to beat it and move as soon as the swing was made.
Yes.
Oh.
And Zitzman looks at strike one there. Base is still loaded for Greenwood here. They have one across in the 6th. It's 2-0 Greenwood. Still just one out.
Infield's in, so you just hit something as hard as you can right now because they're in even further than normal.
And here it is, Keith. That's in the center field. It's down. That's going to score 2. Carnes will jog in. Cole's on his horse. He will come in and score, and the Bulldogs have a crooked number up, and they lead 4-0 here in the top of the 6th. Well done, Zach Zitzman.
Well, and Mitchell, I don't know what Mitchell's doing, but he stops at second base. Anything from first to third, you go first to third. If the center fielder or left fielder has to move, that is Mitchell at second, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, he was watching it. He should be on third base right now.
Well, he's still just hanging out at second. There's still just one out. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, but then you take because then you could do more over here with Zitzman with having runners at first and third.
That's right. That's true.
And I don't know if I read Coach right, too, but I think he was thinking the same thing. Like, why were you not over here at third base?
2 RBI for Zitzman. And here's Austin Bircher now. He has a sac fly swinging at that one in the fence. Strike one. Flied out to center. 0 for 1. 4-0 Bulldogs now. There's a little life in these boys.
Well, and maybe, just maybe, you got to remember he turned his ankle badly.
True.
And maybe it's tweaked. Maybe he's just like, wait, look, if I to turn that way that fast hurts it.
Right.
So I'll give Mitchell the benefit of the doubt because usually he's more aggressive than that. I don't know if he thought that the guy wasn't scoring and he slowed down.
Right.
But to me, he should have been on third.
Here's the 0-1. It's in the fake dirt. 1-1 now to Austin
You can
Bircher.
say turf. You can just say turf. It was
I
in the
like
turf.
fake dirt better. I refuse to say turf. I'm not going to do it because that's brown turf. You got green turf, got dark green, light green. Then I have to do all that. So I'm just going to go fake dirt. That's in the turf. 2-1.
You're right. Say fake dirt. You don't sound natural saying it. Just say fake dirt. You're good. I'm okay with it. I changed my mind.
Thank you. I hate artificial surfaces. Here's the 2-1 now from Kane Griffin. Hey, that's down in right field. Right fielder comes in and makes a stab. Thought it was going to be a little wounded duck out there, but it was not. And there's 2 down now, and here's the 9-hole. Scotty Holland struck out twice. He's in the DH here in game 2. 4-0 Bulldogs, still first and second. Mitchie over at first, reaching a fielder's choice. Zitzman, a 2 RBI single. Let's see if Holland can keep the rally going here in the top of the 6th. Crooked number up for Greenwood, 3 across. Here's the first one from Griffin. It gets past the catcher. The boys will move up. Mitchell now over to third. Zitzman to second. And a 1-ball count to Holland. You know, Flag's been really good back there. That one was out of his reach as well.
It was. It wasn't his fault. That was a wild pitch, not a pass ball.
Holland the DH here in game 2. He's in the 9-hole for the Bulldogs. 2 outs. Top 6. Greenwood up 4-0. Holland's chopper right back to the pitcher. Throw it away. Nope. Easy pickings there for Griffin. The damage was done, though, for the Bulldogs. There was 2 hits. They scored 3 runs. Left 2 on base. There was an error on their third baseman. Bulldogs leading 4-0 here. Middle of the 6th inning in the nightcap over Greenbrier. Postseason berth really on the line here. Greenwood 6 outs away from punching a ticket to Harrison.
Fine, thank you.
Oh, look at this. AD coming in clutch with a burger.
I'm telling you, if he knows a way to a man's heart.
Now, this isn't a burger. This is some barbecue. Look at that.
Oh.
Let's see what we got.
Now, you know you just ate half of the tinfoil, too, but don't worry about that. It's fine.
It's still warm. That's good. Yeah.
Well, so you got the this is the bottom of the 6th inning. So they're down to the last 6 outs. This game has flown by.
Yeah.
And part of it in Petty's kind of contributed to that by being so efficient. He's getting fly balls, ground balls.
Got 3 strikeouts.
So and that just goes to show you in high school, if you'll throw strikes and just hit spots, you're going to get fly balls and ground balls and make the outs.
3 ground outs out of 15 of the outs.
Woo.
Yep.
So if I'm good at math, 3 ground outs, 3 strikeouts, that's 6. So 9 fly balls.
Very good. Yeah.
There's been a couple that we've had to run down in gaps that our defense did a good job, but for the most part, they've been, first base, 5 to center field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's, he's done a good job. You just hope he's got enough gas to let's finish 6 more outs.
This is Caden Marcus, first pitch swinging. This one's out of play. Steve Reich. Woo. I may hit a car, huh?
It did, the front of a truck.
Caden Marcus, their right fielder. Bottom 6th. Just missed inside. 1-1. Pettigrew up on top. I think this will be his 55th pitch here in the 6th inning. Just magical. That one was check swing, fouled back into the netting. He's ahead 1-2.
He sorted that one. He did. He tried to cut it in half. It kind of fooled him. He was yes, and before he was no, it was on him. It was already on him.
Pettigrew up on top, works from the stretch, and he comes set. Here's the 1-2. Upstairs, good pitch. Don't give in, no reason to quite yet. 2-2 now. To their right fielder, Caden Marcus. Here's the 2-2. And a chopper towards short. Vincey gets it across the diamond. Got him. Woo! Bang, bang play over there. Good to see Vincey get in the mix up there. 1 down, 6-3 on the putout.
Yeah, and Coach is right. He waited back, but then he caught it, then step. He's got to time it to where when he catches it, he can step into it and throw. But great job of Vincey, especially he hasn't been out there a lot in these big games.
Right. Here's Jonas Ashworth. Strike. Greenbrier fans didn't like it. Here's the 0-1. This one's in the air. Guess who? Austin Mitchell in center on the logo. Out. That's his 6th put out there. 2 down now. And Miles Miller, their 9-hole batter.
Again, you got to give credit to Petty, and Mitchell needs to go pat him on the butt and said, man, thanks for getting me all these fly balls.
6th put out for Mitchell in center field. First one's upstairs to Miller. Ball 1. 9th pitch of the inning here for Pettigrew. Swing and a miss. I'm talking about settle in and shoving it right now. He is dealing here in the nightcap. Brady Pettigrew. There's a ball laced, and there's their first hit. Hell, he went 5 2/3 of no-hit baseball, and I tried to stay away from it as long as I could. And there goes the perfect game as well. It wasn't just a no-hitter. It was perfection. And what an outing. Still plenty to go for Pettigrew, but the first hit.
Yeah, he settled in and done nice. And, again, you've got a 4-run cushion. Just make them earn everything they get. We'll be fine.
And a ball called to Andy James. Well, he's right down the middle. Pettigrew brings it home. There's a shot. Just fair down the third base side. Coach is waving the runner. Ball comes in. I guess Skaggs struggling with it. We can't see that left field corner. It's an RBI triple. Wow. I'm not sure what was going on down there in the corner, but it took forever for that ball to get brought in. And an RBI triple.
And you're not hurt. I mean, so
right.
What, in the same inning, you've lost the perfect game, the no-hitter, the shutout. It's fine. You've still got a 4-1 lead. Even if the guy at third scores, you've still got a 2-run cushion. They're down to their last 4 outs. Keep throwing strikes and make them earn it. You're fine.
And this is Ty Ruby. Left-handed bat. He's first pitch swinging. That one got through the fence. and out into the road. That was interesting. Strike one. Off speed's lifted. Skaggs on his horse. Can he get there? He does. Makes the catch. Route number 3, F7. And Pettigrew, what a magical performance here in game 2 through 6 innings. 4-1, the Bulldogs lead. A one-hitter going right now for Pettigrew. And you know he knew that he was on the cusp of history here, really. Looking at a no-hitter. 4-1, though. Bulldogs coming to bat in the 7th inning. Hey, we'll take some insurance runs here, boys. It's the top of the order. Holt, Skaggs, and Carnes. Quick break. We'll bring you the 7th inning and talk about our new pitcher here for the Panthers. Greenwood Baseball on the Sports Hog 103.5. You can give me a minute.
You gotta like our chances. 4-1, 3 outs away. Petty's in a different world right now.
All right. Let's go, Ty. Come on, baby. We welcome you back to Greenbrier.
Home of the Panthers.
They are.
That's what it says right over there, home of the Panthers.
Yeah, that's their mascot down here. They're Panthers.
Yeah, every time they've scored, which we haven't heard it this way, we've heard it once, is you hear that Panther attacking.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's the worst Panther imitation I've ever heard, but it's good. I like it.
Here's Andy James. Andy James is their new pitcher. Number 16, he was at shortstop. And number 9's at shortstop. Now that's Landon Knowlton, who was at second base. And at second base, I'll see if I can figure this out. First one to Holt's in there for, they call it a strike?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe number 8 at second base. I'll find out who that is. Or at shortstop, rather. That's in the turf. 1-1 to the Greenwood catcher, Ty Holt. Holt walked, struck out, lined out to third base. That one's low. 2-1 now. Holt's ahead.
Good job to get back to this fastball he's about to get. Just can't miss it.
Yeah, that is Knowlton at short now, number 9. Here comes the 2-1. It's upstairs. He wanted to go get it and laid off of it.
That's good. That's yes, no. He just got to stay stacked. He can't be leaning back when he swings. Hit this ball hard.
Here's a 3-1. It's in the dirt, and another walk for Ty Holt. Way to get the thing going here in the 7th. And we'll see Travere Shelton, I'm sure, come out and run, and here he comes. Here's Braden Skaggs now for the Bulldogs. I think that's number 3. That's Miles Miller at second base now.
Let's go, baby.
Knowlton's over at short. Short's pitching.
Shelton almost got
throw over.
He wasn't paying attention really good, and the first baseman thought he'd be back easy.
And here comes the first one to Braden Skaggs. Fastball, he went after it. High heat, strike one. Good pitch, good cut. Carnes getting loose in the on-deck circle. He's faunching at the bit, ready to turn one around. Here's the 0-1 to Skaggs, a right-handed relief pitcher. And this bunt is down, but it's in the air and foul. Whew.
That's almost a double down the line.
Right? The new pitcher is Andy James. They've got all sorts of hijinks going out in the fields. I think I've got most of it. I'm not sure.
Are they letting the seniors kind of play different places? Well, I'm guessing that's what's happening. Or did they take the seniors out now and they're trying to finish up and win?
He's back safely. No, they've got I have all seniors on the whole team. That's all they had playing in game one was seniors and courtesy running.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the entire team's seniors. Here's James now. Kicks and fires. Hey, Skaggs lifts this one to right, but the right fielder's there waiting. Shelton will have to retreat in a hurry. He gave that one a ride. But it's out number one. Here's Grant Carnes. Carnes has grounded out to the pitcher, flied out to right, singled, and scored a run. Shelton gets his lead over there at first, running for Holt. And a fastball. That's the one Carnes needs to be
jump on
smoking.
that, yeah.
Pettigrew out on deck. Magical performance on the mound thus far. Just fantastic baseball from the senior. That's it. Low, ball one. 5 2/3 of no-hit baseball. They pieced together a couple of hits on him there, but still fantastic. Carnes hits this one in the air, foul, though, over the first base dugout. New life. It's 1-2, though. He'll stay alive, rather. I hadn't seen Carnes square one up, I don't recall, in a while. Time to go, right here. 1-2. Greenwood leads 4-1, top of the seventh. A win will certainly help their postseason chances. Here it is. And that one's same spot, fouled out of play. Here comes some fresh baseballs. Oh, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Baby. Woody bringing in the water. That's the athletics director here. That's the pride of Charleston, Arkansas. Holler. Here comes the 1-2 to Grant Carnes. James up on top. That's high. Stayed away from it. Boy, looked fat up at your eyes, Keith, but he held off 2-2. Andy James, a relief pitcher here in the top of the seventh. Griffin went 6 full. Breaking ball to the third baseman, though. Over to second for one. And they turn the double play. 5-4-3. Well, Carnes has hit it twice now, Keith. We talked about it. The courtesy runner Shelton, 5-4 at second base. Carnes, 5-4-3. The second double play he's grounded into today. Get them out of his system for the state tournament because Bulldogs are 3 outs away. I'll go ahead and say it from punching a ticket. I like our chances.
I just don't even want to know what has to happen. That way, just let me know Thursday morning. Do we need to make plans to go to Harrison?
Right.
Yes or no?
That's right.
Because if I know and then you're invested in the game, because right now there's a lot of people watching and invested in this game, whether it's through Game Changer or not, because it affects travel plans, it affects seeding. If you're going to play the East, nobody wants the East.
Right.
You know, you're going to be the 4th seed, the 1 seed, or you're going to be 2 or 3, to where you get Valley View early, and which they're ranked nationally. I mean, this is.
Yes.
There's a lot of people that want certain things to happen. I just want Greenwood to get a chance to go to Harrison. You know, Coach Brewer's worked hard with these guys, and they've earned it. They just got to finish it.
Let me tell you who's not rooting for us.
Tell me who.
Anyone from Mountain Home, Alma, Russellville, Van Buren.
Russellville, Van Buren.
Probably either Fort Smith School that might be watching, and maybe Fayetteville.
Oh, 100%. There's nobody wants Greenwood to go. I mean, yes.
Now, all that being said, there's going to be scenarios tomorrow where we're going to be rooting for one of our foes. Because we're going to need somebody to beat somebody else.
You root against somebody else. You don't root for.
Ooh, you're right.
You root
That's
against
exactly
them.
right. Okay, I like where you're at there.
Yeah, you don't have to root. Shame on you.
Here's Pettigrew, bottom 7. Coach,
now, I will say,
the ball.
Coach Burns from Alma is one of my favorite people.
Right? But he's not the AD yet, I don't think.
Is he not yet?
I don't think he is yet.
Okay. Well, if they've named him, in my mind, he's calling the shots.
Paxton Flagg leads it off here and looks at a strike from Pettigrew, who's got a 1-hitter going down the bottom of the 7th. That's fouled out of play. He's ahead 2 strikes. 0-2. Pettigrew with no hit perfection through 5 2/3. I thought we were going to see something magical. They strung together a couple of hits.
I think right now a win would be mad. Oh, how is that not a strike?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom 7, Greenwood up 4-1. Pettigrew, you just got to stay within yourself. You don't get a call. Just don't get flustered. Let the fans get upset. 2-2 now. Boy, he's just shown plenty of intestinal fortitude. Petty up on top. He kicks and fires. There's a shot. Got past Cole and into center field. It was a liner Jackson couldn't get to, and it's a base hit.
He's still going to get 3 to tie, and it's hard to put, piece together a bunch of hits in a row. You got to make it through their gauntlet of the top of their lineup, and this is the second time through, third time to see him. What do you have?
This is the third time
to see him.
1, 2, yes.
Yes, okay. So, ground ball right here erases that hit.
There's Carson Zachary now. He's their first baseman. Upstairs.
Throw it.
Ball 1. Was he talking to your boy? I heard.
Yeah, let it throw it. The runner's lean, and Zitzman will catch it.
That's right. That's a courtesy runner down there. Swing and a miss.
All he's waiting is all you got to do is catch that runner anticipating a swing, especially on the swing and miss. If he's leaning towards second, all you got to do is bounce and throw, and you got an opportunity to get him.
It's Landon Connell down there, I believe, running number 11. That's in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Carson Zachary. Greenwood, 4-1 lead. A leadoff single here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Pettigrew. Off-speed delivery's not there. 2-2. That is a good pitch.
Hey, now win it. Let's go. Win it.
And Pettigrew checks the runner and comes home with it. And there's a chopper towards Carnes. He had to back up and get it. Oh, my gosh, across the diamond. I think he was going to be safe.
He was. That's an infield hit. I mean, he fielded that in shallow left.
Yep. And so another single, and that's going to get Coach Brewer out to the mound to talk to Pettigrew. As a tying run comes to the plate in Caden Brooks. 4-1 Bulldogs lead. Nobody out, bottom 7. Just a shot in the deep hole. Good job from Carnes to get there.
It was a good pitch to get him to roll over.
Yep.
It's just, probably on this turf, it doesn't make it that deep to third base. He's probably able to come in and get it, but that ball led Carnes all the way back to, literally shallow left where the fake dirt meets the fake outfield.
Now you're talking. That's right. Because if you had just said in the turf, we would have no idea what part of the turf you're talking about. It's all turf. So
yes.
If you talk about the fake parts,
yes,
that's good.
It's all artificial.
Mm-hmm.
The first out's the hardest to get.
That's
you
right.
Get the first one. Just get one here. It's the hardest.
Well, here's Caden Brooks now. He's 0 for 2. Right-handed bat, third baseman. Been really quiet today. The first one's in there for a called strike. Oh.
The zone seems to have changed in the last half inning.
Ball 1. Pettigrew comes home with it. Called strike that time. That was even lower than the first one.
It's crazy. It's
1-1. Pettigrew brings it home. Just outside. 2 balls and a strike. Tying run at the plate. Pettigrew. Workhorse here in the nightcap. Can he clean it up? Here it comes. Swing and a miss. 2-2 for Brady Pettigrew. First and second, a couple of base hits here to lead off the bottom of the 7th for Greenbrier. And this is Caden Brooks. Got him. Backwards K.
Got him.
Froze him up. Just nastiness from Pettigrew. 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts for Pettigrew, and there's one down.
That's huge because then you get through the meat. Who's this batting now?
Caden Marcus. He's in their 7th hole.
Yeah, so you've kind of got through the gauntlet. You got that first out in the 7th.
Pettigrew checks the runner at second. He'll come home with it. And just missed outside ball 1. 4-1 Greenwood, bottom 7. Need 2 outs to help solidify a postseason berth. That's upstairs 2-0. Obviously, Keith Mitchie's in your wheelhouse if you want to change pitchers, but I think he wants Pettigrew to take this one home, and I do too. The senior checks the runner at second. Here comes the 2-0. That's in there for a called strike. Batter looked like he might have been taken to a strike. Caden Marcus, right-handed bat. Petty comes home with the 2-1. It's upstairs. Come with a strike here, they're loaded. Let's see what he can do. Well, if you're Marcus, you got to be sitting dead red here for Greenbrier. 4-1 Greenwood. Here we go. High tension here, bottom 7. And Pettigrew kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Full count now with 1 out. Come on, Petty. One time, brother. Marcus steps in for Greenbrier from the right side. Petty checks the runner at second. And he kicks and fires. And this one's fouled up out of play. That was ball 4. Got away with 1 there. Woo. Four to 1 Greenwood.
Got him.
Got him in there with a backwards K. Marcus thought it was a ball, and he took off to first base to no avail. Out number 2 in the Bulldogs. Need 1 more. One out away from helping out this postseason burst for these Bulldogs. Here it comes from Petty, and the first one's in there for a called strike. This is James Ashworth, or Jonas Ashworth, their DH, a left-handed bat. And tried to check swing. Strike 2. Bulldogs down to their last strike, and Pettigrew has a 4-hit gem going right now. Can he finish it off right here for the Bulldogs? They've got first and second, the tying run at the plate. A left-handed bat in the senior Brady Pettigrew kicks and fires. This one's in the air and fouled out of play. Still 2 strikes. Ashworth digs in for Greenbrier from the left side. Here comes from Pettigrew. This one's out of play, fouled, same spot. Pettigrew wheeling and dealing here. Had a perfect game through 5 2/3. A 2-out single.
Let's see what Coach Adams is going to dial up right here. What do you think, off speed away?
I would. Here's the 0-2. Upstairs.
Just didn't finish it.
A 2-out single, then a 2-out RBI triple for Greenbrier in the 6th. And broke up the no-no, the perfect game, and the shutout. But Petty has given up 2 singles here in the 7th. Come back with back-to-back strikeouts looking, and he's 1 strike away as time is asked for by Ashworth and granted by Home Plate Blue. Ashworth bats in their 8 hole, so Miller's on deck. He's the 9 hole. And Pettigrew on top looking for a complete game masterpiece. That's upstairs. 2-2.
Yeah, he's kind of lost his off speed. He's not finished it. You can tell he's out of gas with that. Just throw fastball here, get a ground ball or fly ball to Mitchie. Wouldn't that be kind of fitting? Right. Fly ball to center.
Absolutely. Here it is. This one's in the air, and it's a fly ball. Who's going to take it? Carnes asks for it. Nope. Oh, no. Vincey took over and missed it, and it falls harmlessly into shallow left field, and Greenbrier scores a run. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, and we've got second and third now, and Greenbrier still with runners in scoring position. The tying run is at second base. Oh, boy. And that goes down as a hit, right? Two RBI or one RBI.
Because it didn't hit anybody's glove.
No, right.
Vincey's got to get that.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
the shortstop. He's got to go back and catch that ball.
That's correct. And that's high to their 9-hole, Miles Miller. Oh, that's tough. Visions of Arkansas and Omaha flashing through my head. That one foul ground and fair ground, though. Here, Pettigrew kicks and fires. Over but low, 2-0. Top of the order on deck. You want to get this guy right here.
Oh, for sure.
2-ball count. Pettigrew brings it home. Fastball's in there for a called. Nope. Called it a ball. I'm not sure where it was. Actually, this is Ashworth here. They swapped the order on me, I guess. And they call it a 4-pitch walk. And the bases are loaded. Well, I'm trying to figure out what I missed on my lineup card. This says Miles Miller. 2, 3. So this is the 9-hole coming up with the bases loaded. So let me look here. That was Flagg. That was Zachary. That was Brooks. That was Knowlton. That was Marcus. Yep, I got off of batter.
So that was the leadoff?
No, this is the 9-hole coming up.
Okay.
Yep. This was the 3-hole let off, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So this is the 9-hole. And Pettigrew will be pulled here. What an outing. I see Zitzman heading towards the outfield. Pettigrew will go to first base. And Mitchell
usually goes to center.
Yep. And Mitchell will come in and try to close this thing out. Greenbrier's got one across here in the 7th, 4-2. A ball that's not going to go down as an error, but was basically an error. A pop fly, harmless, that Vinci probably should have got. That's the shortstop's ball. I wouldn't mind seeing Carnes take over.
He's just got further to go and got to get his body turned around. I mean,
True.
At this level, you've got to have enough faith in your shortstop. He's out there for a reason because that's the hardest position out there. It's going to get the most ground balls. Go catch the ball.
Yep.
Just go catch the ball.
And he's been pretty good tonight, but let's hope that doesn't come back to haunt us.
And you got to have, the reason Carnes isn't a natural shortstop, but he played there a couple games. Because more than anything, more than the fielding, more than the technique, you got to have an alpha out there that thinks they're the best player out there that wants every ball hit to them. That, that's going to attack every ball, and they want every ball. And right there, that was one of those, it was like, you take it.
Right.
And so you've got to find that guy that's going to go out there and want the ball.
Well, let's just get by it here and finish this thing. We'll see what's up. This is our 9-hole now for Greenbrier. It's 4-2. The tying runs at second, so the guy on third means nothing.
You got first is the winning. You cannot let anything get down to a corner.
That's right. So you got to try to play like a no doubles depth maybe out there. We've seen that corner be victimized over here.
You can't really see it, but it's evidently a black hole where it just eats up that ball, and you're going to have to make sure Skaggs cuts any ball off towards that corner.
This is Miles Miller now. He's at second base in the top of the 7th. Let's see if Mitchie can come get him right here. Leads their 9-hole batter. Mitchell kicks and fires. And this first pitch laced, and we've got a ball that lands, and that's going to be against the wall. One run is in, and here comes the game winner. First pitch swinging. It's a triple, and it clears the bases, and Greenbrier is going to sweep the Bulldogs and win this ball game 5-4 on a walk-off. Wow, and stunned is the only word I can tell you, Keith. Wow, what a rip. A bases-clearing triple for Miles Miller. And the Bulldogs now are in deep trouble with postseason aspirations.
Yeah, it makes the pop fly even bigger. And again, now you're just in a waiting game. Now you have to wait. Now you need certain things to happen, and you've taken it out of your control, and it's in everyone else's control.
That's exactly right. And really, I think what's got to happen now is you've got to have Russellville sweep Van Buren. that would put them.
And Alma split with Mountain Home.
Well, even if Mountain Home is 7-5, if they sweep Alma, they go to 9-5. Greenwood now is 8-6. So they would be ahead of us in record-wise. If Van Buren gets swept by Russellville, they would also fall to 8-6, and we'd have that tiebreaker with them. Mountain Home would move to the 3 spot, and we'd beat Van Buren out for the 4 hole. Greenbrier is comfortably at 11-3 in first or second. But for us to get in, Russellville will have to sweep. That puts them in the 1 seed. Greenbrier would be the 2. If Mountain Home sweeps Alma, they would go to 9-5.
They'd be the 3.
Yeah. Now, if Mountain Home splits with Alma, they would be 8-6 as well with us and Van Buren. There'd be 3 teams for 2 spots. And the way Coach Brewer was talking, that triangle tiebreaker would hurt Greenwood, and we would not get in. So we're going to need Mountain Home really to sweep Alma.
Or Alma sweep them.
Yes. Or Alma sweep them. That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yep. How about you go to Vash, you relax, go play some golf, and let's just wait and see what happens.
So a walk-off, bases-clearing triple. And may end these Bulldogs season. Wow, what a shot from Miles Miller. First pitch swinging on Austin Mitchell. And a routine pop fly, the batter before, may end up costing these boys a postseason berth. But we're going to get out there and keep rooting for whoever in the 5A West to try to get us in through the back door. Well, dadgum, Keith, that was fun, but Mitch Pettigrew was just spectacular. 5 2/3 perfect game. They got to him a little bit with 2 outs in the 6th, but he bowed his neck, got his 2 outs he needed here in the bottom of the 7th, but the Bulldogs just
I hate that it's overshadowed. What a great job. You asked a senior to come in who hadn't pitched much, and he did spectacular. He did spectacular. And, you know, that one play, again, it wasn't officially an error, but we talked about the first game. There were a couple double plays that should have been turned, and there were real errors. And, you take away the stuff in baseball, you take away those little things, and you have better chances of winning. And we just didn't finish that off right. It's eerily similar to the Arkansas in the College World Series where it's a ball, it's in that triangle. I don't think Skaggs had any chance of catching that ball. It was way shallow.
Yes.
It was 100% the shortstop's ball, and it was just weird.
Well, we'll call it a night from Greenbrier as the Bulldogs get swept here on the road, and they finish 8-6 in conference, 17-10 overall. The Panthers finish 11-3 and 19-7 overall so far in conference. Some regular season games left to play. Well, Keith, enjoyed it.
It's been fun.
We will hopefully get another crack at some live streaming radio broadcasts for you at the state tournament on the baseball side. We're going to have radio for softball, so stay tuned. Look for social media. If the boys don't get in, we're still going to send I'm going to head up to Harrison, see if I can get those softball girls to bring home a state title. But still waiting and hope for the best for this Bulldogs baseball team and Coach Brandon Brewer. Well, I want to thank Sean Holland and Joe Buffkin for bringing us the pictures tonight, as they have done all season. Hopefully we'll get another crack at it here in a few weeks. And thank the boys over at Crosswalk Media for all their support of Greenwood Athletics. And I want to thank my man Michael Ferris, who made us sound so good on the radio side back at the Fort Smith Media Group in Fort Smith. And we will have hopefully more broadcasts of baseball coming up here in a couple of weeks. Softball, May the 9th, 10th, and 11th is a state tournament in Harrison. And the Lady Bulldogs will be the 1 seed in softball, and they'll play on Thursday. So keep an eye out for social media, and hopefully we can get you some more games here on the radio side as we go through the postseason. All right, I'm Tim Terry for Keith Holt saying so long from Greenbrier, as we've been bringing you Greenwood baseball here through this regular season on your home for local sports in the Western Arkansas corridor. Fox Sports Radio, the Sports Hog 103.5.